two-shot. Yeah, Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist joining me. As always, sir, we appreciate your time. Um, Rather big news that broke yesterday. The so-called megasite deal in Mundy Township. It appears to have the deal that was being worked on appears to have fallen apart. What can you share in terms of how this happened? I guess, because this was the first time we actually heard a company associated with the site. And when we get that name, it's because the whole deal is falling apart. What happened?
What we see here is a clear outcome of when you have chaos, incompetence, and instability coming from the federal government. Companies choose not to invest in America. And that is what happened here with the on again, off again tariffs. What is the U.S. industrial policy? What are the priorities? And those questions not having any answers, or certainly unclear answers at best. A company has chosen now to not invest anywhere. Now, we're proud that the state of Michigan was the place where this investment would have happened. That's because of the community coming together, the investments we've made in this site, which is the premier site of its kind in the country of that size and scale. But they didn't invest in America because they didn't want to put their faith in an unstable federal government. A president who's been all over the place, a Congress who doesn't stand for anything, a congressional majority doesn't stand for anything. And so that is where the failure lies. That has cost the state of Michigan billions of dollars in investment and tens of thousands of jobs, the kind of jobs you could, really build a family and build a future on, the ones that would lead to people investing in the small businesses in our community. So that's what's at stake because of this instability. And I think it's going to, let people know they're going to realize now why this chaos is not something we can sustain going forward.
I'm reading some background information that my news director sent me. Apparently, there are reports that the state had offered upwards of $6.2 billion in taxpayer money for this, including $2 billion in cash. One, is that true? And two, is that money that will be recouped, or at what stage of the process is that?
The only monies that have been invested are the investments in the site itself. The state of Michigan has put no money to any company, but we have invested in the infrastructure of this site here: sewage, water, roads, power and electricity, making sure that this site is positioned and prepared to be able to accept the investment that we know will be a game changer for Mundy Township, for the surrounding region, and for the state of Michigan. So our investment is in making it ready for every kind of industry that's interested in investing in Michigan and in America. We're going to continue to do so that this site, the best of its kind in the country, according to site selectors all over the country and all over the world, they know that this is where investment needs to go when it's ready to come to the United States. And we're going to compete aggressively against other states to make sure that we win something.
I know you guys are aware that there are some folks in that community who are against this project. They were somewhat celebrating last night that this had fallen apart. What is your message to them? As I'm sure this is going to move forward, like it's not going to just end right here. I'm sure the state will go looking for someone else to come in and invest in this. What's your message to the people who have been critical of this project and who say they really don't want it in their backyard, so to speak?
That we're going to continue to work together. The reason that it's even that people are aware is because we've been transparent and building relationships with the community now for a long time, and we're going to continue to do that. That's the kind of leadership that I think is important. We're going to have a conversation, meet people where they are, and understand what their priorities are, and let them know that what our priorities are, which are making sure we are creating economic opportunity in every part of Michigan, and the kinds of jobs that we can attract to this site are the kinds of jobs that can change lives. They can take working class people to be able to build a middle class and even beyond future for their family, that they can invest in ideas that their kids could have a chance to do better even than their parents are doing. Like that's what we're about, creating opportunity for in this community and all across Michigan.
And just help me understand, was SanDisk going to occupy the entire megasite area, or were they just going to be the first of what the state hoped would be several on that site?
Well, I'm not going to comment on a particular company and those plans. But what I will say is that this site is positioned, and we've prepared it such that it can have either one occupant or multiple occupants. So for us, again, this is about the site being flexible, but having the infrastructure it needs to support tens of thousands of jobs and billions of dollars of investment.
And was there a, in air quotes, backup plan? Does the state, without revealing any names or so, but does the state have another company that they're ready to sort of work with now to try to, bring this back online?
Look, Michigan's open for business and open for investment. And so we're competing every day to make sure that people know what's available and what's on the table for that kind of investment in Michigan. And that work has never stopped and it's not going to stop today.
Anything that you want to add? And did I miss anything on this that you want to get out?
Just I think that the priority here is we want people to know that Michigan is a place they can stay and succeed, and that when folks are ready to go somewhere to do something that matters, they can come to Michigan and grow. We need to position our state and our people to be the ones who are going to make the things that matter going forward and the industries that matter going forward. And this site is going to be a really big asset in our toolbox, our tool in our toolbox to be able to attract that kind of investment. And we're looking forward to finding the right partner. And we're going to need federal partners, though, who are going to create the environment to make that possible. And we're not getting that from Washington right now.
All right, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.